Hello, and welcome to Recapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Recapping Podcast.
Also, rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We want to hear your thoughts on the movies and shows we review.
Leave us a comment on Apple Podcasts or our YouTube channel, and we will read them during the show.
Or reach out to us on social media. We love talking all things entertainment and pop culture with you.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
What's up? What's up? We are back.
Yes, we are. I'm so happy to be back, Ashley.
And Delora, you have on the merch. That's a part of our cold open today. So tell us all about this Bruno Mars. Is the tour called The Romantic? Is it called The Romantic?
It is. It's after his album by the same name.
Tell us about it. Where'd you go see him, first of all?
Yes. So I went with Concert Bay. Shout out to Tony Lipsy, also known as TL Young Crafts, which is like a major entity now. She has over 1 million subscribers on freaking YouTube. I'm so proud of her. And she's going to freaking Australia to do a class. Like, what?
Crazy.
What? I'm like, I probably should learn how to crochet when one of my good girlfriends has a whole like crochet empire. Anyway, we support and love Black women. So shout out to her. So this is our second time seeing Bruno Mars. And we saw him the first time in Columbus, but we talk about this all the time, Ashley. This was when he was like on the rise. You know what I mean? So he filled out the arena, the basketball arena. Ashley, I was in Ohio State Stadium. It's like 106,000 seats. It was a sold out show.
To the rafters, baby.
The rain. I showed you pictures. Tony and I, we were on the floor. We do not play.
That's right. You do not.
We do not play. Like, I love it when we get together. Like, okay, what we doing? Like, it's like not negotiable. Like, we've seen Beyonce twice together. Bruno now we've seen twice. We've seen like Kelly Clarkson, Maroon 5, Maxwell. Like the list goes on. But anyway, it was rough. Like I've been on Ohio State campus before, but I think the fact that it was on a Wednesday during rush hour in the rain with concert traffic, it was a lot. We walked probably 20 miles that day. That's because we literally had to get out the car. Shout out to Teresa. Yeah. So last year I went on a bookish weekend and I met Teresa, and she lives in Columbus, and we all had dinner before we went to the concert. I have never been so happy to know somebody who is from New Jersey in my life, because the way she drove, I would never drive like this in my entire life. She was speeding, and then you know how like people try to get off the exit, everybody waiting in line. She did not wait in no line. She got close to the exit and stared the people down until we got over. Okay, I've never seen anything like, I've never experienced anything like that in my life. Tony and I were like, because we were like, Teresa, would you drop us off? You know, because we were going to get an Uber. And she was like, sure. And Tony and I were like, there is no way we would have made it to this concert the time we did if we got an Uber. We would have been in that line 25 cars back, easy.
Sometimes it pays to have the crazy drivers. Sometimes
it really does. It really does. And we did miss the opening act, but we also were like, you know what? As long as we didn't miss Bruno, you know, at this rate, we now know we also don't want to do Columbus again. Like, I mean, shout out to convenience, but even after the concert, we didn't know how to get off campus to get another Uber.
It was probably going to be really difficult too because of that crowd. Like that's one of the things that
Yes.
the killers like you got to get to the event, then you got to get home and the
Girl,
traffic and the everything is backed up to get back home
we
and
almost didn't get merch because we were trying to get it after the show because at that point, by the time we got to the stadium, we just wanted to get to our seats, right?
yeah.
Because we didn't want to miss the show. So we were trying to find the vendor after, um, and they kept pointing us out. And then they were like, "Oh, you can't come back in." I was like, "We want to buy merch,"
Hmm.
but thankfully we did find a place that had merch. And why was there a crew neck sweatshirt for $115, Ashley? I was like, where have the prices gone? Like, is this the tariffs? Like, I don't understand why it's so expensive.
I can go
And
ahead and
then
go get me a knockoff on Etsy for
this bad
$20.
boy right here was not cheap either. And this is a long sleeve shirt. So for me, I always got to get a t-shirt with like the cities and the dates. I'm very sentimental about my concert tees. Okay. And this one, and then after seeing the last Beyonce concert, I was like, I love a good long sleeve shirt now. And so I got this long sleeve shirt and it has like the cities. But anyway, the concert. The mic was on. Okay. This is why I love Bruno. He sings, he dances, and play instruments all at the same damn time, along with his hooligans, which is his band. And in full transparency, as a Bruno fan, I was waiting for this album. It was highly anticipated. I think it was like 10 years from 24 Karat, right?
Yep.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But I told myself, you know what? This is probably going to play well live. And you know what? It did. I was like, come on, cha-cha with me too. Okay, like but sitting and listening to it initially, I'm just like, okay, this is cute. This is cute. This is no Locked Out of Heaven, 24 Karat, Uptown Funk. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But the thing about his show too, again, he's arrived. He's Bruno Mars, sold out show. He's entertaining, but the light show of his production, incredibly impressive. There were pyrotechnics. It was so cute because I was showing Amara my pictures and my videos from the concert. And she's like, "Oh, he changed his suit." I was like, "Yes, bro, man, changed like 4 times." I was like, "Yes, embroidered suits with sparkles and roses." Like, oh, it's so good. And then what else do I want to talk about? Anderson .Paak. He's my dude. I love his percussion. I love his flow, his rhythm, and them together, hilarious. And I told Tony I would love to hang out with them. And I'm like, can you imagine hanging out with them at the freaking studio? You're going to be laughing and then getting the best music of your life. Okay. Like that's guaranteed.
Especially Anderson in that wig, honey. I
Oh
cannot.
my gosh. Yes. And then like some of my favorite performances, I just listed them. He sang them. 24 Karat, Locked Out of Heaven. That brings me tears. I love that song so much. And then Uptown Funk was the last song he did before his encore. Uptown Funk gets me every time. And then he had like a whole middle section of his ballads, Talking to the Moon and all that. Oh, so good. And then the last thing I'm going to say about Mr. Bruno. So it was during his performance of Perm, which is off of his 24 Karat Grammy winning album of the year. And I was like, this man sings African American music and we're okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, what does he know about a perm? What does he know about a perm, Ashley?
I mean, I don't know anything about a perm either because I get relaxers back in the
Well,
day, but I know what you mean.
we used for our non-melanated friends, okay, perm has always been used interchangeably in Black vernacular for a relaxer, which is the straightening of our curly hair. Um, but I was cracking up. I was like, what does he know about a perm? I'm like, this is an African American. This man saying about the Afro American experience.
I guess he said, listen, I know enough about what's going on. But I'm so glad y'all had a great time. I had another friend, shout out to Johnny, who's been on the pod, who
Hey,
also went to the
Johnny.
Columbus show. And this was his first Bruno concert. He was like,
Ooh.
Ashley, beyond Beyonce and Jay-Z, this is the top tier concert I've ever been to. And that's what I tell everybody.
Yeah.
Beyonce, not Jay-Z, because Jay-Z's fine. Beyonce is number one. Bruno is number two. And I say this as having seen Usher, having seen Chris Brown, having seen a lot of the great, like, multi-hyphenate, full entertainers. It's not that everybody doesn't have their thing and put on a phenomenal show, because they do, but Bruno, that energy, the stage presence, the production value, because I saw him on the 24 Karat tour, because I absolutely love that album. It is cemented in my house. That mofo, whatever his dad put in they food when they was growing up and had them on everybody's stage as little kids, that showmanship has not left that man. So
No, not at all. He has such stage presence, and you know, he's a short man, so
he's
like
tiny.
he is, so you know, I'm just yeah, so I'm done gushing over Bruno Mars, but highly recommend. It was a great time, and I love that he wears the bandana around his head like in different colors like throughout his entire set. Like it's cemented in his aesthetic apparently.
Good for you, Bruno. I'm glad you're still bringing it. Take care of your body, take care of your voice. Want to hear you for many, many years to come.
Well, okay, there was one more thing though. So Tony and I were talking. So the big news, and we kind of alluded to it in a previous conversation, he apparently paid off his Vegas debt. He said that during one of the opening shows of this tour. But this man is on tour from April until December with like back to back dates and everything like that. And Tony and I were like, he's still performing like he got bills to pay. Like that's a lot of show.
I mean, that, or, he had to get out the hole and pay. So now he just trying to get
It's all in the black now.
get it back, get it back. I'm sure
Yeah.
he's making plenty of money. Even the run him and Anderson .Paak had, I'm sure he's good. But yeah, the Beyoncés and those folks now who pad their touring, we're gonna have to slow it down at some point, Bruno. Again, I don't want you to be like the legends who end up having to get into drugs and do stuff to keep
Right.
up
Because
their
they do too
bodies.
much. Yeah.
Take care of
It's
yourself.
painful. It's
Take care of
painful.
yourself.
That's what they said. That happened to Michael and Prince. Like their
Hmm.
bodies, it took a
Hmm.
toll.
Yep. Well, I'm glad y'all had a great time. For anybody who's thinking about going to get Bruno tickets, I'll be with this 10 out of 10 review. Go ahead and get them tickets.
It's
But
worth it.
we are going to talk about the Dayton Black Women's Film Festival later in this episode that we got to attend this past weekend. But the other event that I went to this weekend was the Indy 500, which was a first for me. Never been to any type of race. I pride myself on going ideally to every major sporting event in person. So
Love
this had
that.
been on the list. And I didn't really know what to expect because I wasn't aware of the sheer volume and crowd size. Between 300 and 400,000 people attend the Indy 500. So it was crazy in terms of the crowd size getting in and out. I mean, we caught a bus to get there at 7 a.m. and got there around 9:30, and we still probably didn't hit our seats till 11:30, just based off of the
What?
traffic and yeah, having to get
What?
out, get on
Where was
foot.
this?
This is at the Indianapolis Speedway.
Oh, Indianapolis. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Indy 500 is in Indianapolis. So,
Mhm.
um, we get there, we get off the bus, we have to go walk. We were in some suites that were like right on, like in the center of the track, which was very cool. Me and my mom, I went with my mom. She had tickets. We stayed inside for the most part, but you also go outside and go up to like the roof where we were, and then get that full like the auditory, the sound of the cars, all that stuff. So it was pretty cool. I can't say that racing is my favorite in terms of just watching people do laps around a track,
I
but
can't say I get it. Do you, they go round and round and round in a circle, right? Like,
yeah. And for the Indy 500, it's 200 laps. But there were five or so crashes, so that was crazy. And
what was
then
scary?
I mean, it was scarier to think about what obviously could happen to the drivers and not
Yeah.
knowing until they get to them if they're good. Or there was one that the ambulance car had to come in for a minute, like he was going to have to be taken out on a stretcher, but he ended up just walking to it. So hopefully everybody's good. And then it was also iffy with the weather. We've had a lot of rain in the Midwest lately, so it was kind of touch and go
Girl,
with the weather a
the
bit. They
rain.
had to do yellow, which means that you're like having to follow the lap car and slow down. And then there was also a couple reds, meaning they just shut down the race and they had to wait for what they called moisture to be checked. So that was a little bit of delay, but they did end up having the closest finish in Indy 500 history with the guy who won. He edged out the other guy barely, and it was a photo finish. It was so impressive. The thing
Wow.
that gets me about sports though is the guy who won, he's so excited, his team's going crazy because he had been trailing, like he hadn't been leading the entire race. The other guy who had been leading quite a bit, he is crying. And they go to this man and they immediately put a mic in his face. Like, so how you doing? He's like, yo, we gave 150%. Me and my team, we did everything we could do. Da 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 da. And I'm like, yo, baby, you did the best you could. Okay. Who would have thought that man would have came back like that? Because basically they had been on red, then yellow, and then green on just the last lap. So it was a race to the finish on the last lap. So it was impressive. It was exciting. My favorite thing is pit stops because I just think it's so impressive to see how
The
quickly these people can
time,
get
the
this stuff
speed,
done. My anxiety would be through the roof. Y'all have to sedate me, but they
period.
get in there. Them
Period.
tires, you see that gas going there, pull out, get out of here. And we happened to be where we were right next to the pit stop for last year's winner. So that was exciting because he was one of the leads for the majority of the race. So that was cool. So it was definitely an experience. And the last thing I'll mention is just the celeb sightings, right? I figured there'd be some because it's the Indy 500. So first person we spotted, I said, Mom, there goes Simone Biles' husband. Couldn't remember that man's name. I just said, Mom, there goes Simone Biles' husband. That man was walking on the track with one of his friends or entourage or whatever. I was like, dang, I wonder if Simone is here. It'd be so dope if Simone was here. Never saw her little ass. So that was sad. But we at least saw, what's his name? Jonathan? I still don't remember his name. I think it's Jonathan, right?
I'm laughing because I know what you're doing and also facts. I have no idea what that is.
No, for real. Like I wasn't even trying to be funny. Like in the moment, I was like, what is his name? And I never like Googled to be like, oh yeah, this is definitely his name. I was like, it's either Jonathan or it's
Jonathan
Jordan.
O something.
Is
Is
it
it Owens?
Owens?
It's,
Okay.
let
So
me
I'm not,
Google it.
I thought so. I just never, it just didn't move me
Let
enough
me
to look it
Google
up.
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles' husband. I was like, wouldn't it be major if Simone was here? Like that would have made the event for me.
Jonathan Owens. Yeah,
Okay. All
that's
right.
a man's name.
And then we also ended up seeing who else was there? Brendan Fraser randomly was there. They ended up
Oh,
having him do the
Brendan.
the flag like to start. And then
He's gonna be doing another mummy.
Jordan Sparks sang the national anthem.
Oh, love her. Love
Yep.
her.
So
Her and
yeah,
her husband has a podcast too. They kind of talk about their relationship a little bit.
I think I saw a clip of that because he was talking about how she tried to claim she wasn't trying to be sexy when they first
Yes.
met, and he was like,
But
"Girl, with
he
what you
was
was wearing,
sold by her booty.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah." Yeah. So yeah, so that was it was definitely an experience. And now my next one that I say I have to definitely go to is the Kentucky Derby because I've been talking about the Kentucky Derby now for
Oh,
years.
I was gonna say, be sure to let me know. I will join you. I have attended a horse race. Shout out to my BFF Mike. He was a meteorologist in Kentucky for years, and we visited him. We went to a horse race because apparently that's what you do when you're in Kentucky. And It was an experience. So yeah, definitely want to do the Derby.
Yeah. I mean, as much for the fits as for
Honestly, that was
the
what I had in
sport.
mind.
Yeah. I want to
The
wear
little
the little
hats and
fastener and mhm,
yep, yep.
sundress or whatever. It'll be fun. All right. Well, that is it. That's all for our life experiences while we've been away. Let's get into these pop culture streets, talk about some headlines and hot topics. And the first one up we'll talk about is Stephen Colbert, whose show has now officially ended. We had a long anticipated run up to Stephen leaving. It was like 8 months we knew that he was going to be departing, but it still was exceptionally sad, I think, for the fans of his to really see him go. So his last
So
show
talented.
aired on May 21st, and this was after an 11 season run. The show was canceled in early July 2025 with CBS citing financial cutbacks. His last show had an 18-minute extended finale, concluded with a musical performance featuring Paul McCartney and a highly theatrical wormhole. Apparently, there was a visual at the end of them being sucked into a giant sci-fi wormhole. So, way to go out. You had Paul McCartney, Elvis Costello, John Batiste, and even David Letterman who made an appearance. Delora, did you catch the last show?
I unfortunately did not catch the show only because I didn't take the time to know when it was. Like I knew what was
Not the
coming
date.
with the magazine covers and like just everybody's, highly anticipating like what's next for Stephen Colbert because again, he to me he's my favorite out of the late night lineup because he's not only funny but he's so smart and his political commentary is top notch and you were kind to just mention CBS letting him go for quote unquote financial reasons, which I'm sure there is a case because a lot of people are saying late night is dead, but they were capitulating to the current administration and therefore Colbert being one of the loudest voices, him going away is just unreal because this is where we are in this country, right? Like major voices are being taken off air and we saw it immediately with black talent and I'm talking like Joy Reid and Tiffany Cross, Don Lemon, like it's only been 2 years.
Yep. And the fact that he was able to then gloat about it with the video of him throwing Steven in the trash can and stuff, it's so disgusting. And when I look at the comments and people are like, I don't care, this is funny. It's like y'all mofos would rather be entertained than anything these days. Cause ain't nothing about this shit funny to me.
Not at all. Not at all. And Stephen Colbert also I have a soft spot in my heart for him. One, for his love for Michelle Obama. Love that. But then two, his life story. He's gone through so much grief and he's been able to be such a ball of sunshine, even in the midst of all the tragedy he's experienced.
Yeah.
And I just find that very inspirational.
One of the silver linings I find in it is that a black man is taking that time slot, which is Byron Allen.
Yes, but what is he doing with it again? Like he's gonna have
his syndicated show, Comics Unleashed.
Yep, stand up. Yep.
And then Stephen, and maybe he's saying it to your point because of his level of optimism, he's like, yo, it probably just was the right time because I put so much energy and effort into this show that it's probably the right time for me to move into a different direction. I still have life to be lived. And for his next chapter, he mentioned pivoting potentially into filmmaking. He's going to be writing a script with his son. So, you know, sometimes the hardships turn out to be the best thing for you. And it's not like Trump can silence that man by any means.
No, no.
With all of the moves people make outside of modern big media companies now, Stephen, wishing you much success, sir, because I'm sure
I,
you're going to be doing your thing.
he's gonna be fine. But I'm reminded of rejection is God's redirection. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And life is happening for you, not to you.
Not to you. Tell him, Delora. Tell him.
Some of y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
Testimony today. I think Steven's going to be great. And
Yeah.
my only, I don't want to say regret, but I wish I had gotten a chance to go sit in on a taping
Yes.
before his departure. But it's all good. Let's move on to Cheyenne Bryant. I cannot call her Dr. Cheyenne Bryant because I don't know. I don't know.
Wait. This one creator,
It's
I wish I
accurate.
had remember who she was. She said the doctor is silent.
What'd you tell me? The doctor is trademarked, which means I don't have to put any respect on that.
Again, I have this one man said it so true. He was like, I will never forget the title of my dissertation.
Yes.
He said, once I finish that, even if it's digital, someone's printing it off and putting it in the closet somewhere.
Honey, your dissertation gets published. Me and you, we have not we have master's degrees. I still remember what my final
Girl,
project was.
I do too. I remember making a dedication to my husband. like in the beginning, it wasn't dedication, it was acknowledgement in the beginning. I was like, shout out to you in this journey.
That we've been
Because
on together. Which, speaking of, guys, me and Delora just celebrated our
yes,
decade anniversary
girl,
of
the fact that
our
we have
graduation.
10 years of our master's degree under our belt is
Yeah.
insane to me, because
Yeah.
that means how long have I had my undergrad?
A little bit. A little bit. A little bit.
Oh, I gotta post that picture of us too. We have pictures of our graduation.
We have proof that we did it.
With
My
our
diploma
regalia.
is my diploma is somewhere.
Mine is
Um
at my parents' house, like every black person, every person of color, my immigrant. It's either at your grandparents' house or your parents' house. Okay, it is their diploma. It is
I
their.
was gonna say my grad picture is definitely at my mama's house on the wall. That's how my brother and his wife remember the date because it was like May 14th sounds familiar. I was like, does it? Let's move back to Cheyenne though. She
But
is allegedly a doctor of counseling psychology from a now defunct Argosy University. And so this came up because she's been very big in the public eye for a while now, doing podcast interviews, radio interviews. She's been on reality TV, all this stuff. She's supposedly a life coach, author, television producer,
supposedly,
supposed to be. I don't know anything now. Um, she got her bachelor's in psychology and Pan African studies from Cal State University. This is all referenced via Google, people. Um, she got her master's in marriage, family, and child therapy from the University of Phoenix, and then again claiming that doctorate from Argosy University. Um, she's gotten heavy backlash and criticism, and people have demanded to see her academic transcripts and dissertation, to which she has said, I'm only going to talk about this one time. The school went under. lost his accreditation. I'm not able to get my records. Da 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 da. Again, some of this stuff should be published and readily available if you did get your doctorate. And to not have any level of proof, to not really be able to show anything that, because to me, if I have a doctorate, I'm easily just gonna take a quick snapshot for y'all of my diploma or of my dissertation and say, here you go, there y'all go, and let it live and die there. I don't need to keep talking about it. It's very simple. Like school should be that's proof everywhere that you went to school.
I think it's a very dangerous conversation we're having, just because, when it comes to mental health conversations in our community in the first place, there's a lot of hesitation. And for somebody to be or position themselves in a way as authority on the matter and doesn't have like the credentials to back it up, I think it's just really disappointing. You know what I mean? It causes a lot of doubt. But I want to know what you think about Amanda Seales comparing her to Dr. Maya Angelou. Okay, because we all know Dr. Maya Angelou is an honorary doctorate, but she's Dr.
But
Maya
she
Angelou.
was not trying to be somebody's life coach or therapist.
Touche.
You know what I mean?
There's the difference. There's the difference there. That's a good point.
And I'm not. I get her point about not why is everybody talking about this? Why is this such a big thing? I wish y'all had this much smoke for other people. I hear you, but it doesn't, just because you don't want somebody to get smoked because it's a black woman doesn't mean that the smoke is unwarranted. If you're going around, to your point, claiming you have a doctorate in something that is could really cause harm to people if you don't know what you're doing, then you really need to be held accountable for that.
Girl. It's so funny. I saw this post the other day, and this creator put both Dr. Bryant and Kevin Hart in the same bucket, in that, community requires accountability. And if you're just going to skirt or like talk down, like Dr. Bryant was talking down to people like, I ain't going to talk about this no more and blah, 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 and start cursing. I'm like, girl, this isn't helping your accountability right now. And then Kevin Hart is actively defending a MAGA comic. It's giving Samuel L. in Django Unchained. That's what it is.
Man, I've only caught some clips of him, but I feel like Kevin has kind of been like this with any scandal he's ever had. He just tries to kind of talk his way out of it and go on and then do a promotion of something and think everybody's gonna forget about it.
It's the performance of taking accountability or having a real conversation, but it just feels very shallow at the end of the day.
I have no idea what it's like to have 1,000, 1,000,000 opinions flying at you about stuff. So I can't really speak to that aspect of it, but maybe y'all should just take some time. Like when some of this stuff comes out, y'all, like, especially Kevin, you're rich.
Yeah, right.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
go live a little bit.
I will give credit where credit's due. It was refreshing when she told Cam about himself to his face.
That's probably the only thing I remember seeing where I was like, all right, girl, do your thing. Otherwise, I think just to the thought of our own responsibility for stuff, just don't take these media people that seriously. Like, did y'all watch Dr. Phil and take Dr. Phil's half-assed advice on his show?
I do think people did.
That's probably not the best thing to do. And he was actually an actual doctor. It's probably just, I feel like you got to take some of this stuff with a grain of salt. Like Dr. Oz, everything he said on that show was not factual.
So disappointing. Oh my gosh. It was not factual.
Let alone now he's a Republican, or it maybe always has been. But it just was not all factual. So I just think, take some of this stuff with a grain of salt too, because these people are media personalities also because they're trying to be entertaining and trying to make money
Right.
off of who
Exactly.
they are in these services and whatever. So, like, who's your doctor? Talk to your doctor. Don't worry about these people over here. But last thing I'll say about the whole Amanda Seales thing is this is why I had to shut down my support of Amanda Seales. I don't follow her on social media anymore. I don't listen to her
Ooh,
podcast
you shut
anymore.
it down.
Yes,
See,
because
I feel like
she was too in my ear and she crowds out my own thoughts about stuff because she's so opinionated about
yes.
everything that she's opinionated about. I was like, I don't want to feed into this anymore.
It's so funny that you say that because when I saw how she essentially defended silent Dr. Bryant, when I saw that she did that, I was like, oh, she doesn't want to knock down somebody who supports her because she feels like she's already, you know, ostracized, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
like the people who F with her, the people who don't. And so I feel
Yep.
like she doesn't want to step on any toes. So she didn't want to say anything disparaging about Cheyenne.
Just be clear about where your allegiances lie then. I feel the same way when Van is on Higher Learning and
Oh
he
my
doesn't bring the same
gosh.
energy for the people he's friends and cool with as he does.
Correct. And it's so obvious
And it's
too.
fine. Just be honest about it. And a lot of times he is. He'll say, I know I'm being biased because that's my whoever. And it's like, just as long as you're making everybody in the audience aware.
I mean, we are only human at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys let us know any thoughts you have on those headlines. We're going to move into our hot topics. First one up is the Dayton Black Women's Film Festival, which Delora and I had the privilege of
Yeah.
attending second year in a row. We
Yes.
our main to do this year because our lovely photographer videographer was out of town living his best life
Yeah,
was
shout out to him in
shout out to
freaking
Ronald
Japan.
was moderating the Q&A for a talk back with one of the directors of a film that screened on Saturday. So the lineup was still 4 days. It was Thursday was opening night with shorts. Friday was a workshop. Saturday was a short and then I guess we could say a full length feature. And then Sunday was, I believe, the
The
culmination of
students,
that
the
with,
short
yeah,
films.
and then the Watermelon Woman.
Mm-hmm.
So we moderated the talk back for the Q&A. Um, and it was fantastic, first of all, that they did a tribute to an actress named Barbara O, who
Yes.
lived in Dayton. Some of her friends
Yes.
came and
It
spoke.
was her brother
Her brother
was
had
there.
a beginning, middle, and end.
Yes. Yes. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. She was beautiful.
That shows how much she was loved though. Like her brother doesn't even live over here. Like he came into town because he's like, "Oh, y'all celebrating my sister? Bet."
Yep, and neither did the director who we got a chance to speak with. She
Yes.
came from
Yes.
San Diego.
She did.
So that was fantastic as well. But I think I mean not only the highlight obviously being that we got a chance to moderate the Q&A, but it's also lovely to get a chance to see films that we would not otherwise likely have got a chance to view. Like the film that we did the talk back for was called A Powerful Thing
Yeah.
or A Powerful
Thang.
Thing, my bad.
Thang. Yes.
And it was, what was it, about an hour runtime. And I'm still not sure where you can find the full film possibly to watch, but it's Zainabu Irene Davis as the director. And then it was two actors who were prominently featured. And it was kind of a love story set over a day of
Yeah.
two people who have been dating for like a month and kind of
Yeah.
figuring out their first intimate moments together. So, Delora, what was
Mm-hmm.
your overall thought about A Powerful Thing?
Well, it was wonderfully 90s. Like let's just
So
start there.
90s.
It was so 90s. I mean, it was like very nostalgic. I'll say that much in terms of like I knew black people who was like Yasmin. Like, you know what I mean? Like I knew anyway, it was funny. Um it had a wonderful message, especially in terms of intimacy, like when to make that step, and when you do decide to do it, to protect yourself, which was very much on theme with the early 90s wrap it up. And honestly, it was a reflection of the time, because of the AIDS epidemic at the time. Um, and then within the black community, we were, especially black women, even still today, can be susceptible to AIDS. But one of the things that I did know, and this came out of a question I asked the director, Ms. Zanzibu, I had no idea that at the time, people were blaming the AIDS epidemic on Haitians. I was like, I mean, I know I was like 5, right? But I was also aware. I was a very precocious kid. Like I was very aware. I remember, general conversations that were going on around me, type of deal. And then as I got older, I kind of made connections, but I didn't know that was a thing. And I was gagged personally.
Yeah, and she married a Haitian man, so she was like, I wanted to dispel
yes.
this nonsense. Yeah, I mean, it's always great to hear directly from the creatives behind these projects, which is why we do In Conversations, right? And
yes,
we had the opportunity before the festival to talk with Danielle Scruggs, the founder of Black Women Directors. So if you guys have not listened to that episode, please go back and listen to it. But Zainabu was fantastic. We got a chance to chat with her, ask a few questions. I don't want to spoil anything for those who haven't seen it, but there were a couple of questions Delora and I had to leave on the cutting room floor because we were running out of time. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk to her again in the future. If so, that would be fantastic. There was also a screening of Diary of an African Nun beforehand, which was also interesting. It was shot in black and white. It was no speaking actually on camera. It was like voiceover, because both Zainabu and Barbara O and some of those folks were a part of the LA Rebellion, and people who wanted to show a different way of making film that wasn't so Hollywood, and that was pushing forward Black creatives, essentially. Delora, you're about to say something as a part of this.
Yeah. So I went to Black Women Directors, which is the digital archive. Shout out to Danielle. And I looked up Xanadu, and it says that her films are currently not available to stream. So A Beautiful Thing, 1991, it's not available. So we had the privilege of watching it at the festival. That's why this festival is also important, because
make sure you guys check out her website then for the next festival.
Yep.
Well, thank you for that. And look at the Black Women Archives continuing to put us on. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Otherwise, I mean, it was just another fantastic experience to be in community with these wonderful filmmakers, the filmmaking community here in Dayton, other folks who were just fans or, excited about the experience. Lovely chatting. Angelina, as usual, and the team behind the Dayton Black Women's Film Festival. We love you guys. We appreciate you. We love being in partnership with you. Can't wait to continue for you guys' 4th year, our 3rd year of involvement in 2027. So love it.
Shout out to the community aspect. Like, it was so great. It was so great to see everyone, and just again to have the opportunity to have a live Q&A. It's always a lot of fun.
I also wanted to give a shout out to another podcaster who was there, and actually we connected with over social media because she posted some of her coverage. So I wanted to give her a shout out as well. It's a pleasure always to connect with other podcasters. The podcast is Listening is Fundamental, and the host is Genesis. So be sure to check out her podcast. Looks like she's
Yes.
on Apple, Spotify, I'm sure all the things. So be sure to show her some support and love as well. All right, Delora, the
It
moment
is
I've been
time.
waiting for.
Yep.
I have to hold myself in
Woo.
from all of what I could
Let me
say
continue to sip my tea here.
as
Okay.
we get into the Summer House Reunion Part 1. If y'all have never listened to the Read podcast, please forgive
OG.
this
OG podcast.
diatribe that I may go on today.
I'm
Okay?
ready.
Because if
Let's
this
go.
was the read, this is my motherfucking read for the week.
I'm ready. I'm geeked.
So the thing is, y'all know, I've talked about it many times. I was not a fan of this show when Delora and I first started talking about this. When this controversy dropped, I ain't know a motherfucking thing
First
about
of all,
these people.
all we knew from Bravo was the
Housewives.
Housewives. Period.
Didn't know anything about these summer house kids. All I knew was that a black woman was in distress. And when that happens, we all put on our capes.
Period.
Flying in the wind.
Ready.
Who we gotta cut. Who we need to go after. So this was our take. Delora and I hopped on the mic. We said Team Sierra. We don't know what's going on, but Team Sierra.
It's like the equivalent of when black people are out in public and they see another black person running. You run. And
no
ask
questions asked.
Later.
So I became so invested, so deeply invested in this ridiculous drama on social media that I texted Delora, like, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get into the show. Like, I'm too deep into this not to like validate my feelings by actually watching the content and seeing, do I really hate these people the way I think I do? Let me check. So I went back. I did not binge from season 1. I'm sure there's plenty I could watch and catch up on and have feelings about. But I did watch all of season 10. And let me tell y'all something. My feelings, if I hated Amanda and Wes just on the periphery before, both of them can kick motherfucking rocks for the rest of their lives.
Wow.
The way that Amanda acted like Sierra was not just her best friend, but her ride or die. I would do anything for that girl. Anybody hurts her, she's so this and that. I love her. Acted like she was 10 toes down for Sierra in this season. Wes over here, they have been falling out for 2 years. Sierra opened her heart back up to let this man back in this season. They're flirty. They kissing on each other the last episode. When I tell y'all it had to be the roughest rewatch for the big time fans, but for me, even just getting into it for season 10, I said, you got to be fucking kidding me. The way that you could treat this woman like this and then turn around with the statement and with y'all getting together is insanity. Something is wrong with both of them.
I was going to say, like, Amanda's giving, I don't know how to be by myself. I need a man to be relevant.
It's beyond that. She has.
Is it jealousy? You think she's jealous of Sierra?
I think it's jealousy. I think it's insecurity. I think it's deep
see that for sure.
Psychological damage that she needs to go have worked through. Like, but I don't want to put Amanda into a victim thing because you're also a grown ass woman.
No.
So let me get to this reunion. Let me get to this reunion.
Yes.
I ain't get a chance to watch it live with y'all. I wanted to. I didn't get a chance, but I ain't got Bravo. So next time I'm gonna have to go find a friend with cable.
Before you do that though, I need to know about this last hug out the door at the end of the regular season.
This is why I say there's something wrong with Amanda, because for y'all to both be emotional, Sierra and you both in tears because you know what you've been through together. You know what Amanda's about to go deal with at home separately. You're psychotic. Like, there was so much love there. Sierra had your back. She was, to her point in the reunion, your biggest champion. So like to throw all that away for West, who's out here fucking every woman available and not available, fucking married women, fucking
Allegedly.
50-year-olds. Like literally, Mia said it best, and I'm sure y'all all saw the clip. She said, "Tell me what sense it makes, Amanda. You went from being married to be one of Wes's side bitches. Like, make it make sense. Why?"
Low self-esteem is giving.
So let me get to this reunion.
Yes.
I was able to watch. I had to watch it in two parts because of work. Y'all know I got bills to pay. Watch the first half, had to go, come back. Amanda, everybody, let me take a step back. Everybody wants to compare this to Scandival. Y'all know I also got into Scandival because I was a big
Yes.
Vanderpump Rules fan
I
for a long
remember
time.
that. Mm-hmm.
The difference between Scandival and this show is that at least Tom and what's her face, Raquel, had the sense to have shame.
I was gonna say shame must have played a role. It's
They
not
had the
here.
sense to come with their tails between their legs and say, y'all know what? We know we ain't shit. Raquel went to treatment after that fucking reunion from what happened on Scandival.
Wow.
Amanda and Wes came in like this was another Tuesday. Now, maybe they're both drugged because Amanda damn sure looked like she might be
Wow. So they were
sedated.
defensive.
Not only were they defensive,
Wow.
they came in calm. Like they shared a dressing room. And basically, Wes said, I'm actually feeling very zen about this. And Amanda's just like, yeah. Like Andy came in and was like, y'all seem all right. And they were like, oh, yeah, yeah. So for me, it's like for one, to have audacity to show up and not seem remorseful, you've already pissed me off. You're already on bad footing with me because y'all both know how fucked up this is as to what y'all have done. The whole cast is upset, you know? It's not just Sierra and Kyle. This is not like Housewives or anything like that. I want to be clear for all the non-fans. These people are genuinely friends, right? This is not like a forced situation where people come together and they fake these little friendships. These people are genuinely friends and have been friends for like years and years. So it fucked up the whole friendship circle because they were lying to everybody. I'm messing up my mic. They were lying to everybody about getting together. So that's one thing. Then we get on the stage. Amanda is not only defensive, she gets into it a bit with Sierra and tells Sierra to fuck off. When I tell
Excuse
y'all,
me?
when
Excuse
I
me?
tell y'all, I about leapt out my seat. I said,
What?
where are the housewives when I need somebody to go punch a bitch in her throat? Because for you to have the audacity to sit, if Andy is sitting in between us, we're on separate sides. Amanda, don't catch me out in these streets, Amanda. Because again, for you to have the rolling her eyes, Delora, at what Sierra was saying, I said, girl, you ain't been slapped enough in your life. Because ain't no way you set up on this reunion stage to the girl who was supposedly your best friend, your ride or die, and rolling your eyes and telling her to fuck off. You've lost your mind. Now, granted, Sierra, it's not like Sierra didn't hold her own. Sierra was telling her, like, shut your fucking mouth or shut the fuck up, Amanda, da 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 da. She was getting her licks in. And if y'all have not seen some of these clips of some of the best quotes she said, one of them being, when Andy asked her what her intentions are for the reunion, she said, well, I mean, after that, honestly, we might as well get to the details before I bury them and throw dirt on their bodies, essentially. Andy was gagged. Everybody was gagged.
Shout out to her for the delivery of that too. Like
Girl,
I mean, you have to come correct for
the lines were
these
fantastic. She already
jabs.
looked fabulous. The revenge
Yes.
dress.
And can we say she is keeping a check? I have not only seen one but two like Sonic commercials. She's doing the promo for a scary movie. Like she's on the freaking red carpets, like on the hottest TV premieres. Like I'm I'm rooting for her. I'm so proud of her. And she's looking fantastic.
She's living her best life. And I'm definitely happy for her. I know that for her, this is still so personal, and that's what tears me up. Like, I don't think I've been this moved by anything in a very long time. Like, I felt so like sick to my stomach at certain parts, Delora, as if I'm sitting on that stage with them. Because that's how emotionally invested I am in this nonsense. Like the video you sent me from Blakely, I had already seen that he had said something. So like, I'm gonna come back to this. Yeah. If y'all go to Blakely's page, his video said it all. This is trauma. It's traumatic for every Black woman,
especially if you
watch this.
Like for Black people who have been in predominantly white spaces, everybody has that one hurt story where it's like you thought you had friends, but then you realize that they don't see you as a full person, unfortunately, or they have the right or the audacity to take something that belongs to you, or like, again, who wants West? But
who
anyway,
wants West? Who wants West? That man over here talking about he got 4 things under him for sweat and stuff. I'm like, ew, you're such a schlub. You're such a schlub.
Does the swag even compensate? Like, does he even have any?
Oh, I don't understand. Maybe it's a pheromone thing. Maybe we need to be around this man in person because I don't get it. I'm so confused.
Oh my goodness, really quick. That reminded me, who was talking? There was an actor who was like, yeah, you can be important, but as soon as Brad Pitt walks into the room, nobody's looking at you anymore.
Exactly. And that's a fine man. Deserves it. Wes, not so much. So a couple more things I want to say, and then I'll wrap this up because we still got 2 more parts to this reunion. All the ladies, fabulous. You guys killed it. You look lovely. Just want to let y'all know. Good job. KJ, I love you. I have loved you since the moment you graced this screen. He went through a very hard time with his mental health. Thankfully, he has a great bond with Sierra and Mia, and I just think that's so beautiful. I cannot wait for this Black spinoff that we will eventually have.
You think we're going to get one?
I hope and pray. I feel like with the popularity of Sierra, they should.
Entertaining. Like,
they are.
They are. When they do like the questions on social media, and
they are
like
fantastic together. And he looks at them as like his sisters. They're very sweet. They're very sweet. The 3 of them, spinoff. Carl, my guy. Lindsay, my girl. Mia, shut it down every time. That Black effect. Love you, girl. Kyle, if you can't handle this smoke, I never post a comment on my social media in the little comment box. This is the first time. If you cannot
I was like,
handle,
Ashley?
Girl, never do. This is how passionate I am about it. If you cannot handle this smoke that's coming from Sierra at this reunion, take your ass to the other side of that fucking room. Because for him to say, when Sierra gets her little lick in at the end, that was probably a little too harsh, da-da-da-da-da. And then he starts crying, bitch, get out of here. Like, Kyle, if you still had that much feeling for your ex-wife who has fucked one of your best friends,
I mean, he was.
You go ahead and take your ass over there then.
Kyle, wasn't West supposed to be like.
West was allegedly one of Kyle's best friends. Right.
One of Kyle's shoulders to cry on, lean on, what have you.
He was in between their marriage this whole season, which I've told you about. Anybody watching has fully seen. That's why I said he is such a fucking weirdo to have inserted himself to this extent where suddenly you catch feelings and you start fuck. And then for them to say, girl, that they allegedly didn't start having sex until after the joint statement they put out together.
Gross. So what? They were like, well, it's out there now. We might as well do it. We did it with our clear conscience. We didn't cross that line. They better get married. They better have 3 children, a dog, and I don't know what else. Well, because like, what do they do for a living? I know he works for at Complex, but what she does? What
She
does
was
she do?
working with Kyle at Loverboy. She's like
His DJ and
artistic and
stuff.
doing no, that's his business, his like beverage business and merch and stuff they put out. He put out the Carl's
Got
and Mess merch. He made some bank off of that. I hope they go live in misery together. Get off my screen. I never want to see the two of you again. Get the fuck on after this.
But you understand what I'm trying to say? Is like
Yeah, I hear
if you're
you.
gonna
Blow up
ruin,
your life.
you might as well be together forever.
Live in misery for the rest of your godforsaken lives. I never want to see you again.
In exile. I actually wish they would not have a place at the house. They should lose their jobs
If
over
they
this.
came back for the next season of Summer House, I hope Sierra goes ahead and gets a check and never like go on with Paige, go on with Hannah, go on and do your thing elsewhere because that's just disrespectful. Ain't no way I'm coming back to stay in the house with them. And Kyle, too. If Kyle were to come back for another season and watch them be together after he's the whole show, Delora, him and Amanda have been together. Not
Yeah.
married the whole time,
Again,
but
she's the
together.
like he's the reason why she's on the show because she was the girlfriend initially.
Honey, honey.
Her makeover also was something too, which makes me feel like she might have some levels of insecurity.
I
I don't
thought I
know.
hated Wes more than I hate Amanda. Coming off this reunion, I absolutely hate Amanda more than I hate West.
And you're using hate.
Yeah. And I don't even know these people. I don't even know these people. So all I will say is bravo to the Bravo crew because y'all did y'all thing with this controversy and with these edits and with everything that's come, you know, as a result. Like people are
You
saying
think the
these they gonna
editor
get
was
Emmys.
messy? I was gonna say
They gonna get
you think
Emmys
they
for
were
this.
messy?
Absolutely. And even
But again,
think
how
about the
childish do you have to
gold.
be? Like, oh, what's when he likes somebody, he likes to sit on them, and like they have like clips of him sitting on Amanda.
Girl,
Like,
think about the gold mine that came from the edits they knew were coming once this joint statement and all this stuff started hitting the fan. There were so many episodes of season 10 left to drop. Gold. So good for y'all. Like, good for you, Andy. Andy has already changed his profile picture on Instagram to a picture from the reunion because this shit is gold. So that's my review of part one. Stay tuned for parts 2 and 3 because I, if this is how I feel after this one, can't wait.
first of all, why are there three? And usually with Bravo, when
They
they
set
used
for 10
to
hours.
they do these reunions, sometimes the last ones aren't as good as like the first two. Like, I don't know. Hopefully we
It
got enough
better
tea for
be.
all of it.
They sat for 10 hours. I hope this only scratched the surface. Because I didn't even expect them to ask. I didn't even expect Andy to ask, like, when did y'all first kiss? Well, when did y'all first have sex? Like, I didn't expect such
And they
pointed.
answered.
Yes. I didn't expect such pointed questions. So I can only imagine what
And
is to
they
come.
answered.
Yeah. And just remember, this is only one aspect. So there is other things that are getting sprinkled into this. Like there was some drama with Bailey and Ben. There's other things that are going to be talked about. But
Yeah,
obviously, the money
this is Paramount.
is
This is
Amanda and
they got new
West.
viewers. I lie you out of it.
Girl. And it's so funny. It's not just me. Nina is never watched the episode. She tweeting about it
I
or threading
love
about it.
you
Kev
talking
on
about
stage,
Nina Parker.
Miss Kev on
Yeah,
stage
yeah.
threading about it. I'm like, I'm glad it's a
Threads.
collective.
Shout out to Threads. The black threads are everything. Like, by the way, I love it. It's a good time over there.
Thank y'all for coming to my read. I will have so much more. Stay tuned. Because
Yep.
I told Delora before we started, I said, I really have to dial this down. That was my dialed down version, guys. Because if we had recorded right after I saw the episode,
Heated.
it's the audacity for me.
Hot, hot, hot.
All right.
Din across the board.
Girl.
I'm singing Heated. If y'all were wondering.
All right, Delora. That's it this week for headlines and hot topics. What are we recapping for the people for Tuesday?
Y'all, We had to do it. It is everything on my social media right now, Ashley. I don't know about yours.
Yeah.
My For You page is in shambles because I liked a few things, apparently. We are doing the mega hit Prime. Fuck Bezos. Prime Video off campus. Garrett and Hannah sitting in a tree. KISSING.
I was about to call him the name that he called her before he knew her name, but then I couldn't remember what he was calling her. But it wasn't Hannah.
Mona or something.
It
like
was
that.
something.
It was so
He
off.
said it with such confidence.
She was like, who?
Yeah.
He's like, girls just usually give me their names. She's like, okay.
That kind of reminded me, didn't he do that when She's All That? He didn't know Lainey's name at first.
Possibly. I don't remember though.
It was something like that. Anyway, look forward to it. I even got my mom watching it, so she'll be back for that recap to hear our thoughts as usual. But for everybody else, all the other off-campus fans and soon-to-be fans, we look forward to diving into it together next week. All right. Thank you guys, as always, for listening to this episode. Please give us your thoughts on these headlines and hot topics, particularly all my summer house people. I need to hear from y'all. Okay. We'll be back with that recap as always. But in the meantime, be blessed.
Bye.